Hello and welcome to Kinda Keto with Donna. And today is all about bacon. We love our bacon. So I am going to show you the kind of bacon I buy, how I cook the bacon, uses for bacon, and uses for bacon fat even. Now can you tell I'm a little obsessed? I even have my Baconfest t-shirt. Yes, it's a little older, but I love it. We have a Bacon Fest here, or in Asheville, North Carolina, every year, and it's Labor Day weekend, and they have it's contests. So you vote on the most interesting way to do it, the best dessert, the best pork, the best whatever. I've had bacon sushi. I finally tried pork belly. I was always afraid to try it in a restaurant because what if I didn't like it? I like it. So that's a really fun event. They have music and beer, and it's just on a beautiful day. So that's really fun. If you're ever in the area, it is Labor Day weekend usually every year. Anyway, so I've got my bacon headband. I got my bacon t-shirt. I got my bacon earrings. I even have made a crossbody purse in my bacon fabric. You think I'm a little obsessed? All right, let's get started. So I get different brands of bacon, whatever I can find on sale, but I do like to have a little bit of criteria. I do like to have the uncured, because I think that's better for you. It's got the no nitrates, and the no sugar added. It's probably not a lot of sugar in a whole package of bacon, but if you can find it, even better. So I found this one, and that's what I'm going to use today. I love doing it in the oven. I just love the way the texture is, and it's a lot less messy. Now, I used to just use this type of, I don't know what you call it, a grate or whatever, which is great, so the fat can kind of drip through, but it's really hard to clean. First of all, it doesn't fit in your sink, so it's kind of hard to soak, and it's just a whole bunch of those little things. You got to get a little brush with it. I don't know, it's kind of a pain. So I do a cookie sheet with some aluminum foil, and I just have some leftover, like, I don't know, broiling pans or just whatever little things I could find that I could put the bacon on, and the bacon won't cook in the bacon grease. I think it just crisps up too much personally, using if it cooks right in the grease. So I just like doing it this way, and that way it doesn't cook too much. I like that chew. What about you? Are you a well done bacon person, or do you like a little bit of chew in your bacon? I'll be good for the week. I used to spray the pans, but the bacon grease kind of takes care of that. I don't really need to do that. Oh, that's a work of art. It's beautiful. Now, I've been cooking it this way for years. So you start off in a cold oven, and we're doing low and slow. So we do it at 280 degrees. You put it right in when it's cold. There we go. And it's about 50 to 60 minutes. I'll set a timer for about 20 minutes, and then I will flip them over and cook for another 20 minutes and check it then. First 20 minutes has gone by. Let me check it. Yeah, that package had a lot. Really, sometimes it's only 8 or 10. Let me kind of show you why. You can see it's getting cooked on the top, but see when you flip it over, see how it's kind of definitely undercooked on that side, and it's a little more cooked on that side. So that's why I do feel it's good to flip them over. And maybe you don't have to if you don't want to, but I think it cooks more evenly. You see, that's such a great reason for doing it in the oven. Look at this, it hardly shrunk at all so far. I mean, I'm only halfway done, barely shrunk at all. So you just really get, a lot more bites of bacon, and who doesn't want that? Well, the advantage of cooking all of it at once is you get one cleanup. In the oven, there's no splatter all over your stove top, so that's really good. It shrinks less. Now, I'm sure you have many uses for bacon, and there's obvious ones, with breakfast, as a sandwich. But like with breakfast, with pancakes, with chaffles, with eggs. So there's a whole bunch just for morning. You can even make a bacon chaffle. You know how people put crumble up bacon and put it in the bacon in the waffle, that's for us, chaffle batter, and cook it that way. That would be really interesting. You can use it for, instead of doing bacon wrapped stuffed jalapenos, you can chop it up and put it in there. It's a little bit less messy. Or we do stuffed little mini sweet peppers with like a cream cheese and bacon mixture. So that's really good for that. And then when I was saying sandwiches, for us, we have low carb bread or chaffles. We do tune them out with a little slice of bacon on it. Love that. Of course, on a burger, bacon, cheese, bacon, whatever. That's also really good. You can actually put it in burger meat as well. I've seen that on the Travel Channel. Even more uses. Let's see. Obviously, you can put it in salads. You can make bacon brownies, bacon in Brussels sprouts, bacon with green beans. So it doesn't all have to be, breakfast items. Yes, there are uses for bacon fat. First of all, cooking eggs in it. When I'm cooking eggs, I either do a little pat of butter or I do some bacon fat. You can roast regular veggies. You can roast radishes in it. That's really good. I had mentioned the Brussels sprouts. Two of my favorite ways of using it is putting it on a chicken or turkey, putting it, over it. Talk about some beautiful, crispy skin. That is better than anything using bacon fat. So that's great. Also, a hot bacon dressing. Spinach salad used to always be served with hot bacon dressing. Some fresh mushrooms, some crumbled bacon, and a hard-boiled egg. That's a great salad. It's time, it's time. I'm cooking my eggs. The bacon's about ready. Right. Don't you just love the smell of bacon cooking? Alrighty. Might be able to do it a little bit more, but it's like for me, I like that. I like that chew. I say it's done. I'm just going to blot these. We like some fat. We don't like a ton of fat, right? We have a couple variations, of course, you can do with bacon too. So in this batch, I'm going to do a few strips one way and a few strips another way. We're going to do a little sweet and a little spicy. So for these couple of strips, I am going to use some Lakanto monk fruit sweetener in the golden. So this is your brown sugar replacement. So I put some in a little cup. I'm just going to sprinkle it on. Not too much. I thought it'd be easier in the cup. And I put a glove on because I was just going to kind of pat it down. I'm not really going to do both sides, but just for the little leftover on here. Alright. And I'm going to put that in my pan and get ready for my little spicy version. Alright, for this one, I thought I'd kick it up a little bit by putting a little chili powder on the bacon. Just a little sprinkling. Maybe you can do the brown sugar and the chili powder in the same one. I'm just going to experiment a little bit here. I got a good deal on bacon. So, if it doesn't come out good, it's fine. I'm going to just put it on the one side for now and just see how it comes out. Well, here they are coming out of the oven. I've put on some paper towels to blot all excess fat. So there's my little sprinkled chili rubbed bacon. And there is our brown sugar bacon. All right, so I'm just going to put these pans in my hot soapy water. Let them soak for a little bit while I have breakfast. Remember, don't throw away that beautiful fat. I'm going to show you how to take care of that in a minute. All right, it's time to deal with the bacon fat. You don't want to obviously do it when it's too hot. You got to let it cool a little bit, but depending on the time of year and where you live, the bacon fat can harden real quick if it's in the dead of winter, so you want to make sure it's still liquid. And what we're going to use for this is cheesecloth. This is something easily found. It's in Walmart in the craft section, and I use it for the bacon fat to get any little nibbies and little crunchies out, so the fat's nice and pure, and also for straining for my chicken stock, which I have done a video on. So here's my little container. Bacon fat. Probably plastic's probably not the best thing, but I've been using plastic for a long time and it works just fine. And I do the little rubber band so I have a little pouch there, because if you make it too tight, then it might, splash over the place. So got my cheesecloth, got my container. And going in. Whee! Wow, for that many slices, that's not a ton of the bacon fat. And then clean up. And you do want to strain it. This is not a ton, but see, there's still like little bits. But look how beautiful my bacon fat is. It's nice and white. And then that's my liquid on top of that, and then that's gonna harden. I just put it in the fridge. And there we go. Done. So if you were gonna warm up the bacon, two things. One, if you're doing the whole pan and you're making breakfast, say you're doing pancakes or something, you can put the pancakes, if they get done ahead of time, put them right in the oven with the cooking bacon, because it's a nice low temperature and it'll keep the pancakes warm. And then if you were taking it out of the refrigerator, I usually take it out, maybe you don't have to, but take it out maybe an hour before you're going to eat, just so it's coming to room temperature. I go do something. And then when I'm ready for breakfast, I pop it in the oven, still at the 280 for just like 2 to 3 minutes, 5 minutes maybe. That's why I like it just a tad almost underdone when I'm doing a whole pan. So 2 to 3 minutes in the oven while you're making your eggs and stuff, and everything will come together hot and fresh, better than the microwave. I'm just not a big fan of the microwave, especially with my beautiful bacon. Also, if that package has more strips than you thought it did, like this one did, you can freeze your bacon that's already cooked. So I sometimes freeze uncooked bacon, but I can also freeze bacon that's already cooked. And that way you just take it out maybe the night before, or even probably that morning, and again, just pop it in the oven. So it's already cooked, nice and easy. You don't want to leave it sit in the fridge for too long. So if you're not going to use it within, a few days, then go ahead and put it in the freezer. Again, you only have to cook it once. Sometimes, instead of doing a whole package, sometimes I'll do a whole package and have some leftover through the week. And sometimes I'll do like little small packages like this. I used to do it in long pieces, then it's kind of harder to put in the freezer. And then I realized it's defrost just the same, doing it in a half. And what's great about that is sometimes I forget that I'm about to. Now this one had an odd amount, this one had 5, so that's why I have been marking them, because sometimes I'll do 3, sometimes I'll do 4. And what's great about that is if I forget, so I don't usually have breakfast as soon as I get up. I'll go in the sewing room for a little bit, because I like to do it, as you see, low and slow. If you forget the night before to take some out, you have, I can take one of these out, so I keep this in the freezer. I take one of these out, however many I want. And nice and easy, I'll be able to defrost it quickly. So I usually start in the sewing room about 7:15, 7:30, and I would need to put this in the oven by 8:30, 8:45 if I was going to have it at my normal breakfast time. I'm going to put a few more in there, and then I'll put this whole container in the freezer. And then I just need to pop out one. I leave it on the counter, and by the time I need to put it in the oven, it's already defrosted. And if I even forgot to do that, and I'm like, oh shoot, I haven't defrosted it, I'll put this in a little Ziploc bag so I won't do it right in the saran wrap because it can get in, and I put it in a little pan with some water, and that'll make it defrost even quicker if I need to defrost it quicker. Bacon, but I think this is a great prep, and it helps me a lot, and kind of like doing it. If you're interested in making the hot bacon dressing, these are the ingredients you're going to need. So you got your saved bacon fat. You don't have to do it right then. Like I said, if you save it, then you can do what you need with that. It's a little olive oil, a little sugar-free ketchup. I tried to get Primal Kitchen's my top choice, but I found this G. Hughes at Big Lots for $3.99. A little apple cider vinegar. A little Worcestershire sauce. A little bit of onion. Skip it if you had to, but just a little bit. And a little stevia packet. So just like a quarter teaspoon, I think I used. So we're going to put it all together and get a salad ready. All right, so we're going to whip up the dressing. I've already just put 2 tablespoons of olive oil in my little saucepan. And the bacon grease, or bacon fat, whatever you want to use. It comes up nice and easy. And that's got the flavor. And then 1 tablespoon of the ketchup. Now I'm making a half a batch. This should be enough for 3 servings. So my unsweetened ketchup. Okay, my apple cider vinegar. Again, I like using the raw. So that kind of got to shake up. It's just 1 tablespoon of that. And a half a tablespoon of the Worcestershire sauce. Half tablespoon. And considering I just did a little packet of the stevia, so it'd be easier just to kind of put in a bowl first. Just a quarter teaspoon of the stevia. And it does call for some chopped up onion. I just did a couple little slices and minced it up. You can also grate it if you didn't want chunks in there, but the chunks are kind of good. So I'm just going to mix all that together. Let's see, maybe that's a little too much. Let's do half of that. Sometimes you just eyeball stuff. All right, so we're just going to stir this together, and we are on a medium-low setting here for 5 minutes, and you got hot bacon dressing. So a traditional spinach salad is just your spinach, some hard-boiled egg, some fresh mushrooms, and of course some bacon with the hot bacon dressing. So this is going to be lunch for me and my hubby. The dressing is just about done. Well, I hope that was a little informative and a little entertaining and a little thought-inspiring, So tell me, hey, what do you use bacon for? What do you put it on? What do you put it in? Well, I hope you enjoyed my wonderful, beautiful world of bacon and my own personal bacon fest. And if you like this video, then, hey, give it a like and consider subscribing. Until next time, bye.